Hello everyone, it is I, your new best friend, Fable, the Potato Man. I am still doing my donathon. If anyone's interested in helping, please do so. Also, please, when you write a comment, please make sure to not destroy my feelings. I am still recovering. I wish I was kidding. Anyway, so last video I reacted to, we learned about the heretic naval raiders. This time we're actually gonna look at rules Britannia, the moving fortress of Britannia. Looks cool. Let's check this out.
They say Britannia no longer rules the waves. This is indeed correct.
Oh
For
no.
wherever it goes, the moving fortress rules the land, sea, and the sky all at once.
Oh damn.
After decades of matching and often overcoming the heretic naval menace with the might of the royal fleet, the Crown of England now finds most of its battles are fought on their own land. Ever since the disastrous naval Battle of the Bloody Cliffs in 1805,
Oh yeah.
England has been a country at war, betrayed by the Prince of Wales, who switched sides in the middle of the battle.
Oh
The
man.
remnants of the English fleet were only salvaged thanks to Admiral Nelson's rearguard action and the heroic sacrifice of the HMS Bellerophon. The rest of the fleet limped into Portsmouth to fight another day, though mercifully so great was the toll exacted by Nelson's defiant last stand that an immediate full-scale invasion of Britain was averted, for the legendary admiral took the Great Red Dragon, the flagship of the heretic fleet, to the bottom of the ocean with him. The years that followed were hard for England. With their lost dominance of the waves, its overseas territories were gone, and even the vital trade with mainland Europa became a desperate struggle. Heretic naval raiding parties caused widespread chaos and destruction all along the Albion coastline, often striking deep into the countryside, pillaging and burning towns and cities before being intercepted by the Crown Army, which was being stretched to its limits.
Oh dear.
Faced with death by 1,000 cuts, King Robert the Longsword reformed the army to counter this threat and began plans for the building of a secret weapon to safeguard the nation, putting the fate of England in the hands of Project Invincible,
Project
the construction of the
Invincible?
moving fortress of Britannia.
Oh, that makes sense.
Completed in the year 1907 AD, the construction of the moving fortress of Britannia and its entry into the Great War finally stabilized the situation on English shores, as it was able to match and exceed the heretic forces in any type of warfare, wherever the infernal powers decided to attempt a landing, by simply moving there under its own immense power and unleashing its devastating combined arms upon the invaders.
That's kind of cool though that they made sure that they created literally a moving fortress so that in case the heretic legions come after them, they're like, haha, not today.
The moving fortress is a marvel of industrial engineering, a titanic fleet carrier and battleship that can traverse both land and sea. This Leviathan patrols the shores of England, leaving a thick trail of black smoke and 3 feet deep tracks in its wake. It acts both as mobile base for England's high command, an unrivaled artillery stronghold,
That's so
and the
cool.
only faithful ship that can engage heretic behemoth-class vessels in one-on-one naval combat.
Seriously, that's so cool. It's literally a moving fortress that can go into the land and air. How cool is that?
And emerge victorious. It is equally capable of engaging the heretic fleets at air, sea, or on land.
Oh yeah.
Within the vastness of its 4 superstructure stands the fortress monastery of the 10,000 Knights of St. George, who
Ooh.
can match even the fiercest heretics in close quarters combat. An entire armoured corps accompanies Britannia, and a full fleet consisting of 1/3 of England's remaining naval strength acts as its escort. Above it, the finest of England's air knights fly their fighter planes and naval bombers when the fortress goes to war.
Seriously, it sounds so freaking cool.
The heretic high captains are well aware of the strategic value of controlling the British Isles, and they constantly strive to establish a beachhead that would lead to eventual conquest. though thus far without lasting success due to the might of the fortress. The technology that allows Britannia to move over shorelines is unknown and a closely guarded secret of the Crown. Whatever the source of this innovation, it allows the fortress to travel across the land of most English beaches, albeit slowly. When crawling upon England's shores, a great noise and deafening hiss of steam can be heard, and it appears that the ship does not touch the ground at all. If there is a weakness to the moving fortress, it is the fact that it is only one of its kind.
Makes sense.
England's reserves of orichalcum and other critical minerals that were required to construct the pride of the nation were depleted by the enormous efforts required to build it.
Makes sense. They have to fiercely guard it, because the minute they lose it, it's... Oh god, that's horrible. I love the design, but it's also incredibly sad that it's only one of its kind, but then again, with all that's necessary to make it, it makes sense.
And current production and trade of such materials can barely maintain the repairs to the fortress and the rest of the fleet. Within the British Isles, the moving fortress is a delicate issue to discuss. It is dedicated to the defence of England alone, and her neighbours grumble that while Englishmen sleep soundly in their beds under its protection, the heretic navies raid Alba, Eire, and the lands of Wales with impunity.
Of course.
The English Crown counters these accusations by pointing out that it is only the fear of the fortress that stops the hulking behemoth-class heretic battleship from approaching the shores of the Three Islands and mounting full-scale invasions on them all. Britannia proudly displays their heraldic device of the Three Lions. Until the construction of the moving fortress, the English coat of arms carried only 2 lions of William the Conqueror. When the construction of Britannia was completed, a 3rd lion was added. No ruler before had dared to raise their own device next to that of William I. On the prow stands the defiant image of Lady Britannia, carrying the sword forged in part from the melted sword Curtana, signalling that England will show no mercy to enemies that come to plunder its shores. The sailors of the fleet swear that the figurehead has the power to turn aside any heretic artillery shell due to the divine providence granted to it by God. Whether this is true or not, the proud figurehead has never been touched by an enemy weapon, adding to the mystique and majesty of this foremost defender of England.
I'll be honest, it would be cool if other places that need sea vessels could do this, but we'll take a lot of materials to build it, which makes sense. But yeah, politics is always not fun in war, and there's no need for it in war. Anyway, guys, this thing was amazing. Let me know what you all think in the comments section. Do you think... A question, actually. If you could have your own version of a walking monastery, kind of like a fortress, would you? If so, what would you name it? I'm kind of curious. You know what to do, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you later. Bye.